Yo, YouTube's Big Mike. Without further ado, retro. Let's have a look at this week's pickups. Cheers. Right, the first pickup we have this week is Moonshine Racers, boys. It is Moonshine Racers on the Amiga. This is it's not a great game. It's just I remember it being part of my childhood. So I remember playing this. You are Icon Billy, and you've got to get your jalopy, get the moonshine, and you've got to get it delivered before the police catch you. The sheriff is out to get you, and he's out to wreck your car or arrest you, and you've got to basically get the moonshine delivered and get the pay. So the first one to get to the delivery point and get the moonshine dropped off gets the pay, and then you use the pay to upgrade your car, and on to the next stages and all that. But yeah, it's Moonshine Racers. Like I say, it's a pretty cool game, and definitely part of the childhood. So it was a pretty good. Well, it's not a great game. It's an average game, but I remember playing it and I quite liked it. So that was Moonshine Racers. That's the only Amiga game that we've got this week at the moment. We've got some fantastic ones in the post. I've been doing a few deals with Cinny Steve. Got a few good things on eBay, so we've got a cracking lineup coming, but they're not here at the moment. So, this week one of my friends had a bit of motor trouble, so he's trying to get a new vehicle. So he's been selling off some of his wares, basically his retro stuff, because he needs a vehicle to get to work and back. So he's a very good friend of mine. So he said to me, "I got some. I'm selling me retro stuff. I know you're into retro. Do you want to buy it?" And he's a very close friend. He helps me out in times of need, and vice versa. He's one of the only friends I've stayed in contact with since the days of school. He helps me out a lot. So when he was looking to get rid of his retro stuff, I said, yeah, I'd sort of take it, and I'd give him a fair price for it. So basically, what we went off of is I said that I would give him, because he's a good friend, I mean, wouldn't do this with anyone else, mind. Try to have him over a barrel, but, I'm pretty decent, really. But, so I said I would give him what CEX were charging. If we added up what CEX was charging, and he'd done me a little bit of a deal compared to what they charge, and then, so basically, I think it worked out for all this stuff I'm about to show you was £128, and then it was, but then he had a Mega Drive converter for the Master System too, which I'll show you as well. And I said, if you do a lot for 120, so knock £8 off the retail price. He's a friend, he's in need, and if I can help him out, I will. He always helps me out. If I need him here and he can get here, he will help me. So you got to look after your friends. So so he said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do it for 120, and I'll chuck in the Master System converter, because it's not a really nice condition one, but it works and you chuck that in for a tenner, so 130 for the lot. So I was happy with that. I wasn't really looking to spend that sort of money. I wasn't really looking to spend any money on Master System stuff, but my friend's in need, and he could go and take this elsewhere and get a similar sort of money, maybe less, or if I can help him out, then I've helped him out. And I've got some good games at a good price. He looks after his stuff. Some of this stuff's worse for wear. It's where he's picked it up. He's got it on the cheap or whatever, but he hasn't hidden anything. There's one case which is pretty bashed up, and he charged me, as if it was loose. So, you're good friends that you keep through your life. That's what you do with each other. You look after each other, don't you? So, anyway, without further ado of me waffling on, we'll start looking at the games. Right, so let's get into the games. So we'll start off with the loose stuff first. A game I know nothing about is Psycho Fox. I just need to clean that up a little bit. I've heard of it though, so I don't know too much about it. So one I'll have to have a look in. I'll probably pick up these all, get them all boxed at some point, because the games that are here I would like to get boxed. So the next one is Ghouls and Ghosts. I believe that I do remember playing this at Dougal McTavish's house, because I had a Spectrum. Well, no, I probably did originally. Did I have a Spectrum when Dougal McTavish had one? I don't think I did. I might have gone down Dougal McTavish's, and he had a Master System, and he had a Spectrum 48K before he got his Mega Drive. So yeah, I remember playing this at Dougal McTavish's. So like I say, he had several machines before I even had one. Oh dear. Right, next one, which is one I've been interested in. I've been looking to pick this up boxed, actually, which is Alex Kidd in Shinobi World. Don't know too much about this, but apart from Alex Kidd in Miracle World, I think this is the only other one that's any good. So, so I picked that up. Right, the next ones we'll probably go with... Oh, these other ones don't fall down. It's not an avalanche of games here. Right, the card games, which are the F-16 Falcon, Fighting Falcon. It's the card games. This one's probably the nicest condition out of the lot. The box is okay. Sorry about the focus. It's not focusing very well. But yeah, so this one was okay. F-16 Fighting Falcon. This one is absolutely shot to pieces, but he charged me this as if it wasn't boxed, so it's just loose, which is Transbot. It's there, but the case is smashed to smithereens, and you can see it's pretty ruined, so it needs a new case, and how easy these are to get cases for, I don't really know. Probably very difficult, but he charged it as if it wasn't cased anyway, so yeah, so that was that one. The next one is My Hero. Sega card again. This is the last of the cards. This one is in okay condition. Sorry about light. But the one thing I will say about it... Oh no, it's not this one. It's, sorry, Transbot. So My Hero is okay. F-16 Falcon is okay. But, yo, Paulie! Stop running on my games. This obviously belonged to Paulie. So Paulie thought he'd take it upon himself, stop Rocky from stealing it from him, to write his name on the game in Tipex. So yeah, well done, Paulie. Paulie, I've got your games. So yeah, I hate it when people graffiti stuff. Yeah, it's really, it's okay nowadays. We've got the stuff to get rid of it, haven't we? But you know, it's still annoying. I've never written over my games. Right, where to go next? We'll take these two because they keep blooming falling over. So this is another one I've been after, which is Fantasy Zone. It's supposed to be a great shooter. I've never really played it. It looks like a cute 'em up, or probably maybe the original cute 'em up. And it is supposed to be quite hard, actually. The looks are very deceiving, so always one I've been interested in. This is in nice condition. I don't think it has the manual, but other than that, the case is nice. Yeah, it's a nice case. Unfortunately, a hang tab is missing on this one. I'm getting a bit of a stickler for these hang tabs and things like that now. There's a lot of games I've picked up to do, and now I'm sort of getting a bit of a collecting snob, and I want at least a hang tab on the boxes now. So, next one, this was in Burnt Out Culture's video the other day on the Spectrum in the arcade, but I think this is a very good conversion, which is Alien Syndrome, which was a Sega game anyway in the arcade, so yeah, they should do a decent port of their own stuff, I suppose. But yeah, so I remember this being okay on the Master System. Probably a bit better than the Specky. You didn't hear that from me. And also the hang tab is there. It's nice condition. And yeah, no manual again. But I only paid for these as boxed anyway. So, and the box is nice, and it's a crisp box on this one. So, right. Next one is one I've been after. This is very clean. Fortunately, doesn't have the hang tab again, but it is very nice and clean. It doesn't have a manual, but the box is extremely clean on this one. So very, very nice cover, very, very clean. Great game. I remember playing this at Dougal McTavish's, and we used to enjoy this. So yeah, it was a very good game. Great conversion in my eyes. What they've done with this was pretty cool. So yeah, Space Harrier. So like I say, it's nice and nice clean copy of that. Unfortunately, missing the manual, but the prices I got these for, there's very good prices anyway. So right, Gauntlet is the next one. It's Gauntlet again. It's nice and clean. Has the hang tab on this one. Quite a good conversion. Gauntlet. Does it have? Yeah, this one's actually very clean and has the instructions. Very nice. So yeah, they do a few different variants of these. I noticed when you had Wolfchild, it was a lighter red with like the boxes, like black and white boxes, almost like what you got here, but it was a different type of red. And my friend sort of said, yeah, that's all of their releases were released like that. So, like I say, Master System wasn't really my forte. I grew up playing around Dougal McTavish's house, but generally we were all specky kids, So, right, next one, which he thoroughly recommended and said it's much better than on the Spectrum, which I beg to differ, and I looked on the back of the box, which is Operation Wolf, which will be interesting to have a look at. He reckons it's a very good version, but it doesn't look very arcadey to me from these screenshots. But yeah, I think this, like I say, Spectre's like the arcade without the colour, isn't it? But yeah, that looks like it's got some colour, but it looks like the graphics have took a dive, in my opinion. But what do I know? I'll have to give it a play, and we'll find out, eh? So that's Operation Wolf. Nice cover again. Hang tab included. Right, next one. I've got this several times. I thought this was quite a clean one, so I've got to go through. I've got 3 of these now, as per usual with me, which is Double Dragon. Nice and clean. Unfortunately, doesn't have the tab, but I'm going to go through the 3 that I have, see which is best. If I've got a manual, I'll keep the manual. I'll sell the other 2. Yeah, it doesn't have the thing, but it's a nice case, nice clean case. So that's Double Dragon. Right, next one is Speedball 2. This is in absolutely cracking condition. Really nice. Has the hang tab intact. Looks actually pretty good. That looks like the Amiga on the back of there. That can't be right, can it? Those are Amiga screenshots, aren't they? That looks fantastic. Oh, and yeah, it's just have a manual. It's very crisp. Very crisp indeed. Let's have a look. Let's put this back in because the manual's just slipped out. But, which is the manual. It doesn't look like it's seen a thumb to me, Daz. It may have seen a finger, but it hasn't seen a thumb. Right, so that's Speedball 2. Lovely. Nice variant on the cartridge there, which is purple, which I've never seen before. Yeah, cracking. And this was a ridiculously cheap box, so I got this, I think it's about £6 or something. So to get a game in that condition, it's almost like it's brand new off the shelf, this. So, well chuffed for that. Right, and next one is another one. I've not played it on this system, but this looks like the Amiga again. It's very good. Which is New Zealand Story. See, they didn't get the Bob Wakeling artwork, did they? He certainly, it can come number 2 in that, didn't it? So I certainly think I prefer the Bob Wakeling artwork. But nonetheless, it looks pretty funky. It has the hang tab. And it looks pretty damn good conversion, to be honest. It looks pretty good, but it doesn't have instructions, just standard cartridge again. But like I say, New Zealand Story seems a game that they didn't really have too much trouble converting to any system, really. I bet it wouldn't look too good on the Atari 2600, but we don't know. I've never seen it, But then again, you get people doing some marvellous things on some of these really old machines, I wouldn't mind having getting one of them Vectrexes. I think they look really cool and really funky. I've never played one. It's a bit before my time, but it looks like we've done some good things with that thing for the limitations it had. Right, my next one. I wasn't sure about this, but when I looked it up on YouTube, I thought it looked quite interesting, so I thought I'd get it. which is Shadow Dancer. It actually looks really, really good on the Master System. So I thought, well, okay, well, it lent itself well to the original Shinobi. And I would say this almost looks like a reskin of the original Shinobi, to be honest, because it plays very similar. 2 levels, jumping up and down, rescuing the children, and but with better graphics this time round. So yeah, it looks really impressive. So I said to him, yeah, I'll have that one. Bring that with you. So I was quite impressed, and yeah, I was quite pleased with that, which is Shadow Dancer. That's really cool. Really pleased with that. And the last one, which is a game I've been after for a while. It's a little bit questionable condition, but he did point that out to me. So he was totally honest with me with the situation of the condition of things, and like I say, we were good, very good friends, and like I say, he helps me out, and I help him out if I can, and generally we do it on a I win a deal, he wins a deal basis usually. But he needs to get a deposit for this vehicle, so I was more than happy to help. If I had the money to give him the deposit for his vehicle, I would do. But unfortunately, I don't. I keep spending all my money on these blooming games. So that's Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap. I have just bought this on the PS4. I still haven't opened it yet. But yeah, I've been after it on the Master System for a while, so this would have been the follow-up to Wonder Boy and Monsterland, yeah? I used to love Wonder Boy and Monsterland around Dougal McTavish's. And so if this is a sequel, it's just going to be more of the same goodness, isn't it? So I'm definitely pleased to get this one. And I've been after it for a while, and got it at a fairly reasonable price. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the manual. It's not bad condition. It's sort of okay condition. So, so it do for now until I get one, and then to trade up. But yeah, it's certainly not bad. Just the case is a bit dinked. It's got a bit of miss in there, like you see the case is ripped. If I put that in a nice case, it probably look lovely. So that's Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap. Really chuffed with that. And the last item that we have is the, I mentioned it earlier, which is the Mega Drive to Master System converter. It's the official one. It's just, he did show me all the problems. He pointed everything out straight away, which is, it doesn't have the closing doors. So obviously, it doesn't have the closing doors, but other than that, I mean, to get this for a tenner, these are like 40 quid all day long on eBay. Alright, they've got the closing doors, but I think for 30 quid off, I can do without the closing doors. So, that's that one. Alright, YouTube, like I say, we've got some real good things coming up. We've got some great stuff in the post. We've got some absolute blinders coming. So, keep your eye on the channel. Like we say, I was absolutely gutted that missed out on Blackpool. It's the first Blackpool I've missed in 3 or 4 years. They really didn't do themselves any favours by changing a date, in my opinion. But, because the last Blackpool we went to was only 6 months ago. So to have one 6 months and then one 6 months after is just too close after Christmas. Gutted I didn't go. Everyone who went, Pete, on a retro tip, all the guys, Novaberg, Kim Justice and all that was there. They all looked like they had a great time, real good time, and I was gutted that I wasn't with them. Do you know what I mean? But we're all I'm definitely putting 100% into going to, definitely putting 100% into going to Revival. Everyone's said to me that since the bad one I went to, every single other one has been brilliant, and I was gutted about that because I missed out on that as well. And I was like, trust me to go to the bad one, and then every other one's been absolutely superb. So it's supposed to be bigger and even better again. So I'm looking forward to Revival. So I think everyone's going to Revival. I think Revival's next. I'm not sure on the dates. UK is always the man for the dates and the times. So Revival, I'm trying to go to. I'm hoping everyone else is going to go to. Hopefully, Burnout Culture, if we get there. Old school variety face, you know, what a guy. I can't wait to meet you. I really can't. It's going to be such a laugh. It's just going to be a tear up, and it's going to be absolutely mental. All the tubers together, having some beers and a good laugh, you know. Yeah, so everyone's tooty, everyone, like, you know, too many to mention. I looked at the picture from the last one that we went to, I think 2017 Blackpool, and there was 25 of us, I think, maybe 26 with, I think it was Novabug was taking the picture, so Chris was taking a picture, so, but yeah, counted out as 25 of us, so that was absolutely great. And like I say, Revival, and then the massive one for me, obviously, being a Bristol man, I've got to give it the Bristol representation. When everyone's going to be down in my hometown, we're going to be going out and having a good time. So, yeah, looking forward to the Bristol Retro Market, which is the first Bristol Retro Market that's been in Bristol, been on for months. I looked into starting up something myself, but it requires a lot of money. And I did have a few people who were going to back me, actually, and put some money into it. But it's a scary venture when you've got to do all this sort of public liability and all of this and that, but it's something I'd love to do because there is a serious shortage of it in Bristol. And one thing there's not a shortage of in Bristol is retro gamers. So, you know, we've got a load of retro gamers in the southwest, and we're not really represented by any sort of decent event. So this being the first event, I was thinking about doing a stall, and I thought, no, I'm going to enjoy it, and I can't be having a stall and everyone's coming down. I've got to enjoy the first one. I'll see how it pans out. I'm going to meet up with everyone, and we're going to, you know, go and get some retro games, and then we'll be out having a laugh. So, you know, and that's what it's all about, and it's getting together, and you know, like Scott's Asylum said. I watched his video on Blackpool, and he hits it off. He hits it off to nail, like, you know, he's got nail on the head, like, you know, It's good that you go to these events and you can get the retro games and get your hands on them. You get to look at them and feel the games and check them out and see what condition they're in, check their reel and everything. That's really great. But what tops it all, I believe, and, like, you know, the retro games is a given. They're there, aren't they? You know, we're there to buy these games, and the games are there. You know, if we can get a deal on them, we're more likely to get a deal at these places like these markets and that than we are eBay and things. But when we all get together at the meet-up and everyone is on the same page, you know, everyone's singing from the same hymn sheet, so to speak, you know, we're all like-minded people with the same interest. Do you know what I mean? And, like, you know, Bithead 1000 says, you know, when he goes to work, he can't chat to no one about games. And, you know, I tell my mates about my games and, I'll pick this up and pick that up. And some of them are interested, but I think half of them just think I'm mad, like, you know. But, yeah, I think it's like I say, it's the community to get together, and everyone is just so sound. It's such a good laugh. Yeah, that sort of, you know, if the retro games weren't there and the people were, then, you know, you wouldn't mind too much, you know, like Blackpool. A lot of people didn't really get on too well. Blackpool 2017, I've done really well. I picked up loads, but I spent loads as well. But they're sort of saying, you know, a lot of these events now, they're not about getting the games, or, you know, they're more about meeting up and socialising and having a social event with your mate and playing a few arcades. And, you know, that's what Revival's very much about, is you know, meeting up with your friends, you guys that you enjoy playing games with, talking games with. You have a few beers, you got the old arcades there, you've got all the retro machines, and, you know, that's what it's about. It's not necessarily about purchasing games, like, you know, it's about the whole retro experience and feeling and enjoying the event, you know. So, but yeah, like I say, Revival this year, definitely going to go to Revival. I can't remember where it's to. It's at the football ground. Is it Warsaw Football Ground, isn't it? Revival. Looking forward to that. I'm definitely going to go to that. And like I say, we've got to do it for Bristol, haven't we? We've got to big up Bristol. We're going to be going to the Bristol event, and we are going to smash it. We can't wait for the Bristol event. We're going to show you boys a good time. So, yeah. All right, YouTube. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.